सा न जाना तेरी। सब ते वड्डा सतगुरु नानक, जिन कल राखी मेरी। तनासरी महला पंजवा। वड्डे वड्डे राजन अर भूमन, ताकि तृष्ण ना बूझी। लपट रहे माया रंग माते, लोचन कछु ना सूझी। बिख्या मह किन्ही त्रिपत ना पाई, ज्यों पावक ईंधन नहीं त्रापै। बिन हर कहाँ अगाई, रहाऊ। दिन दिन करत भोजन बहु व्यंजन, ताकि मिटै ना भूखा। उदम करे सुआन की न्याई, चारे कुंटा घोखा। कामवंत कामी बहु नारी, पर ग्रह जो न चुकै। दिन पत करे करे पछतापै, सोग लोभ में सुकै। हर हर नाम अपार अमोला, अमृत एक निधाना। सुख सहज आनंद संतन कै, नानक गुर ते जाना। हर हर नाम अपार अमोला, अमृत एक निधाना। सुख सहज आनंद संतन कै, नानक गुर ते जाना। सतगुਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਾਜੀ ਨਿਵਾਜੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀਓ, ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਸਤਿਗੁਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਬਖਸ਼ੀ ਹੋਈ ਫਤਿਹ ਦੀ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਣੀ ਜੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮਾ ਸਤਿਗੁਰਾਂ ਨੇ ਅਪਾਰ ਰਹਿਮਤ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਕੇ ਸੱਚਖੰਡ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਹਰਿਮੰਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਤੋਂ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਚਾਨਣ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਆ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਮਨ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਭੁੱਖਾ ਹੈ। ਭੁੱਖੇ ਮਨ ਦੀ ਭੁੱਖ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਤਰਦੀ, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਪਦਾਰਥ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਹੋ ਜਾਣ। ਭੁੱਖਿਆਂ ਭੁੱਖ ਨਾ ਉਤਰੀ, ਜੇ ਬੰਨਾ ਪੁਰੀਆਂ ਭਾਰ। ਵੱਡੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਰਾਜੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਭੁੱਖ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਤਰੀ, ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਹੁੰਦਿਆਂ ਹੋਇਆਂ। ਰਾਜ ਹੁੰਦਿਆਂ ਹੋਇਆਂ ਮੁਲਕ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਰ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਾਧਨ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਹੋਣ, ਸਾਰੇ ਹੁਕਮ ਮੰਨਣ, ਕਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਕਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਮਹਾਰਾਣੀਆਂ, ਪਰ ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਭੁੱਖ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਤਰਦੀ। ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਰਾਜ ਨੂੰ ਵੱਡਾ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਰਸ ਭੋਗਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਸੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਨ, ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਗਿਆਨ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਭਈ ਉਹ ਰਾਜੇ ਵੀ ਦੁਖੀ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਨ ਸਾਰੀ ਉਮਰ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਦੀ ਭਗਤੀ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਨਾਂ, ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਮ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਨਾਂ। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵੱਡਮੁੱਲੀ ਵਸਤੂ ਹੈ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਨੇ ਸ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਟੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾਈ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਹੈ ਆਪਣੀ ਹੋਂਦ, ਆਪਣਾ ਨਾਮ। ਘਟ ਘਟ ਮੈਂ ਹਰਜੂ ਬਸੈ, ਸੰਤਨ ਕਿਹੋਂ ਪੁਕਾਰ। ਹਰ ਥਾਂ ਤੇ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਵਿਆਪਕ ਹੈ। ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਮ, ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦੀ ਭਗਤੀ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਫਰਮਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਸੂਖ ਸਹਿਜ ਆਨੰਦ ਸੰਤਨ ਕੈ, ਨਾਨਕ ਗੁਰ ਤੇ ਜਾਣਾ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਸੁੱਖ ਤੇ ਆਨੰਦ ਬਣਿਆ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੋਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਸੋਝੀ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਐਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਆਪ ਪਿਆਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮੇ ਦੀ ਵਿਆਖਿਆ ਕੁਝ ਸਮਾਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ਰਵਣ ਕਰਨੀ ਜੀ, ਉਪਰੰਤ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਰਹਿਮਤ ਕਰਨ। Today's Hukamnama is blessing from Sachkhand Sri Harmandir Sahib, composition of Tan Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, the fifth Satguru of the Khalsa Panth. Guru Maharaj has given us the instructions to sing the Hukamnama with the musical instruments in musical tune called Tanasari. Musical tune is a rag. So rag Tanasari creates the cheerful mood, lifts the mind, lifts the mood, and hence we are able to focus. That's the purpose of rag. So in today's Hukamnama, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj helps us to understand that materialistic possessions will not bring happiness in our life. And we all know it. We see day in, day out, people around us who are very wealthy. They have power, they have authority, but still they are suffering. Guru Maharaj opens up the Hukamnama with precious words. Vade vade rajan ar puman, taki trishan na buji. Rajan means the kings, the ministers, prime ministers, all those people who are in power. Puman means the landlords, people who have lands, lot of houses, they rent it out, invest in houses. They are called Puman. There must be a stage reached in life where one would say, I have earned enough. But Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj is revealing our mind is so hungry. It wants more and more. Especially when someone has power, like kings. They are not satisfied with just one marriage. They have multiple queens. And they dump the old queens and marry the new queens. Because mind is lustful, it has hunger for lust. Kings who have their kingdom, they want to expand their kingdom. You can see around the world what is happening. The leader of one country attacks the other country to capture their land, their resources, so they can financially be better. Such a shame. God has given us the earth planet, but we have divided up the earth planet and causing absolute misery. There are wars, there are fights. Now coming down to home, within the family, there is so much friction, so many disputes just for the land, for the home, for the wealth parents have left. For the inheritance, there's so much fight within the families. So you don't have to go very far. And most interestingly, or I would say tragically, people who are fighting for the wealth, acquiring more possessions, they leave all the possessions behind and they are passed on to the next generation and they start fighting. And people set very bad example for their children to follow. No one is living in harmony. People within the family, they don't talk to each other. They turn their faces away. Reason being, everyone is blinded by the wealth, the illusion of material, which they know they are going to leave behind. It's not going to work. How many people have died leaving so much money behind, which they have really worked hard to earn, thinking they are going to use that money? So this is a warning, wake-up call. What we should do is what Guru Maharaj has revealed in today's Hukamnama in last two lines. हर हर नाम अपार अमोला अमृत एक निधाना सूख सहज आनंद संतन कै नानक गुरते जाना. So in two lines, Guru Maharaj has summed up what we should be working towards, and that is that God's name is priceless. God's name brings unlimited prosperity in life. And God's name, which is also referred to as the divine nectar, that reflects God's presence, is the true treasure. हर हर नाम अपार अमोला अमृत एक निधाना. Once we are blessed with the divine name of God, the divine nectar of God, in that we have realized the presence of God, then we abide in peace, which is revealed to us by Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj in this line, Sukh Sahaj Anand Santan Ka Nanak Gurte Jana. This wisdom is received from the Guru, and through Guru's wisdom one becomes the saint of Almighty God, dedicates his life to serve God and adore God 24/7 of the day, of the week, 24/7, 7 days of the week, 24 hours of the day. There is a definition of saint in Gurbani, Jina saas gras na visra, har nama man mant. Those who do not forget God with every breath, they are called saints. Tan se sei nanka, puran sei sant. So this is the true purpose of life. Love is true treasure. When you receive God's love and you share that love with other people, the Amrit, the divine nectar, the pleasures you get from realization of God's presence and divine nectar, you now share with others. You help others to realize that presence of God. That is the true treasure of this life. That is the true objective of this life. आप जपो अवरह नाम जपाओ सुनत कहत रहत गत पाओ. Now, Guru Maharaj expands on the fact how people are blinded by this temporary and transitory material, which is an illusion. लपट रहे माया रंग माते लोचन कछु ना सूजी. Lochan means eyes. People in this world, including the emperors, the kings, the leaders, they don't see it with their eyes. They are blinded. They are clinging on to accumulate more and more possessions. Bhikhya meh kinhi tripat na pai. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj warns us. Anything which is temporary, you can't take with you, is like poison. Parents leave inheritance, and everyone is fighting to get highest proportion of that inheritance. They cause dispute in the family, and dispute, arguments, ego, attachments are like poison. We don't understand that, and we must understand this. Ego, lust, anger, greed, and attachment are like those feelings in mind which are poisonous. They ruin our body and mind. Talking in anger, telling lies, ruins the body. And people say, go to the doctors, I am stressed, I have this illness, that illness. And if you ask Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj makes it very clear. Kam krodh kaya ko gala. Gala means to rot. The worldly desires, lustful feeling, the anger rots the body and mind. When you tell lies, when you speak rude, when you slander others, it will rot the body, ruin the body, and also it will make the mind suffer in agony from the stress, from the anxiety. And Guru Maharaj has written it so clearly in Gurbani. Nanak phikka boliya, tan man phikka hoy. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj is a true doctor, true physician, true Ved, who tells us how to keep our body free from the suffering, how we can keep our mind free from all the misery and remain always in bliss. Mera Ved Guru Gobinda, har har naam okhad mukh deva katte jam ki fanda. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj is making very clear. Nanak phikka boliye, tan man phikka hoy. Phikka means dry out. This body and mind will dry out if you tell lies, if you slander others, if you speak against will of God and Guru's Bani, is going to dry you out. So Guru Maharaj reveals all these feelings are like poison. Bhikhya mein kinhi tripat na pai. Tripat means contentment. No one will attain the contentment whilst accumulating more and more poison. You need nutritious food. Sasangaji, talking about the poison. Worldwide, there is so much problem about obesity. People eat junk food, which is fried food. Food is genetically modified. It's not good for you. And there are a lot of oils and butters we have been using for so many years. Now science has proven they are very, very damaging to the body. Even using the plastic bottles, containers, that can be very, very harmful for the body. If you carry on eating filth and poison, how you can feel healthy and energetic? On the same line, Guru Maharaj is saying, if you carry on eating poison, you are never going to be filled and content. Bhikhya mein kinhi tripat na pai, jyo pavak indran nahi trapai, bin har kaha agai. Agai means totally satisfied and content. Pavak means fire. Indran means fuel. Trappa means, again, appeased, to feel accomplished. Our mind is like fire. You carry on putting fuel in it. It will never say, I had enough. I'm fine now. Don't put any more fuel. So mind is so hungry like fire. You carry on putting wood, carry on putting fuel, it will carry on burning. Similarly, our desires are like fire in our mind. Our desires are increasing every day. People pray to God that make me millionaire. Once that person becomes millionaire, wants to be billionaire. So never rests. Only when it is time to leave this planet, people regret. So Guru Maharaj further reveals that without realization of God, no one can feel that accomplishment and fulfillment. Bin har kaha agai. Har means eternal God. Without realization of eternal God, no one can feel content. Rahav. Din din kart bhojan baho binjan. ताकि मिटे ना भूखा. Every day, people are filling their bellies with different kind of foods. People have food markets. There's a food fair where people can go and try different kind of delicacies, different kind of recipes. But Guruma is saying, still people feel miserable. Mind remains hungry. उद्यम करे श्वान की न्याय, चारे kunta kokha. Swan means a dog. And people have their minds like dog. Dog overeats. And it happens on the wedding parties, buffet dinners, and breakfasts. When there is so much food laid out in front of you, it's so difficult to control yourself. And people indulge in food and drinks, and then they are ill for weeks and weeks. I remember someone went on holiday which was full board, and he ate so much, he drank so much. When he came back, he had disorder, physical disorder in the body. His digestive system was absolutely upside down, and he didn't eat for a month properly. So this is what our mind is. Like fire, you carry on putting fuel in it, it will carry on consuming, but then regrets. So our mind is compared to fire, and now Guru Maharaj is comparing our mind to a dog who goes from door to door and carries on eating. Uddam kare swan ki nyai, chare kunta kokha, goes in char kunt. Char kunt means runs around in four directions and suffers. कामवंत कामी वो बहु नारी पर ग्रह जो हो न चुके. Lust is the biggest problem in this society, in the whole world. Because of the lust, there's so much crime, there's so much trafficking going on, there's so much issue. People go outside their wedding lock and are lustful, they commit adultery. So Guru Maharaj is saying, a lustful person commits sins by committing adultery, keeps on looking outside his married life and never gets satisfied. दिन पत करे करे पछतापे सोग लोभ महसूक है. And day and night, people are indulging in lust and accumulating wealth, and then are suffering from anxiety and stress. Sog lobh महसूक है. Because of their lobh, because of their greed, they are in sog, in depression, and they dry out. Sukha means to dry out. In the end, Guru Maharaj reveals, which we have already covered, that God's name is most precious treasure in this human life. Har har naam apar amola. Amola means priceless, precious. God's name, God's adoration, God's love, and God's service is the priceless, is the precious treasure, precious deed one can do. Amrit ek nidhana, and those who adore God, they are blessed with realization of divine nectar, which is God's presence. That's the true treasure, because when there is no one around you, God is the only support. Like in mother's womb, there was no one, even mother couldn't access the baby in the womb. God preserved us in mother's womb, and that is everyone, irrespective of their religion. Everyone is being preserved by God every moment. I'm breathing because of God's grace. I have no power. I'm talking, I have no power to talk. God is providing me with the words, God is providing me with the wisdom and power to speech. Sukh Sahaj Anand Santan Ka Nanak Gurte Jana. Guru gives this wisdom, and the saints of Almighty God who adore God 24/7, 24 hours of the day, 7 days of the week, they always abide in peace, they flourish, they are in bliss, and they are in Sahaj, unconditional love for God. They are immersed in God's love. And Jin Prem Kiyo Tinhi Prapayo. Satsangaji, one story of Guru Hargobind Sahib Maharaj comes to my mind. Jahangir was the contemporary Muslim emperor, Muslim king of India at the time, who was responsible for assassination of the fifth Guru, Tan Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, because he was blinded by power. And when you are blind, you don't know what you're doing. So he ended up ordering the assassination of Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj because he saw Sikhism as the danger to Islam. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj was getting very popular, and a lot of people were coming into the fold of Sikh Dharma. They were joining the Khalsa Panth. Then, after the assassination, he regretted. He extended the hand of friendship towards Guru Arjan Dev Ji's son, Guru Hargobind Sahib Maharaj. And everyone, to his surprise, used to call Guru Hargobind Sahib Maharaj as Sacha Padshah, a true king, whereas people will refer to Jahangir as king, not true king. And he was quite surprised. And he asked Guru Hargobind Sahib Maharaj, why people call you true king and call me just a king? And Guru Hargobind Sahib Maharaj said, you will get the answer. One day he was resting in his camp because Guru Hargobind Sahib Maharaj and Jahangir, it was Jahangir's plan to be with Guru Hargobind Sahib Maharaj, to keep an eye on Guru Hargobind Sahib Maharaj, so he may not retaliate assassination of his father, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. So he was resting, and someone entered his resting place, the tent, placed one penny and a big bundle of grass and said, my king, my true king, I have got this gift for you, this donation for you. And Jahangir was quite shocked. No one had done that before. And this person, when Jahangir asked, what do you want? I can give you the worldly wealth, I can give you some money. And he said, no, I don't want money. I want liberation, so that I can realize God and become free from death and birth cycle. Jahangir said, well, I can't give you that. It is when Jahangir realized why everyone calls Guru Hargobind Sahib Maharaj a true king, Sacha Padshah. Sajjan Sacha Padshah, Sir Shahan de Shah, jis paas baithiyan sohiye, sabna daave sah. Jahangir asked this person that I can't do that. I think you are in wrong place. You have to go to Guru Hargobind Sahib Maharaj. And when that Gursikh went to Guru Hargobind Sahib Maharaj, Maharaj understood him. He blessed him and said, Nihal, Nihal, Nihal. Word Nihal means flourish, remain in bliss. And this was the very, very favorite word of Guru Hargobind Sahib Maharaj. Nihal, Nihal, Nihal. And Sasangaji, Guru Hargobind Sahib Maharaj was true emperor. Where emperors in this world, kings in this world, they are not true. They can't give you liberation. They can't help you to realize God, our creator. Most importantly, Guru Hargobind Sahib Maharaj was so kind. When the Muslims, they were looking to have a mosque built in the town of Hargobindpur, They didn't have the money and resources. Guru Hargobind Sahib Maharaj financed to build the mosque for Muslims so they could perform their prayers, do the namaz. This is how kind he was. Whereas the kings, the Muslim kings, they were forcing Islam on others, Guru Hargobind Sahib Maharaj was helping Muslims to practice Islam. That's why Guru Hargobind Sahib Maharaj is called Sacha Padshah. And Sasangaji, that mosque is known as Guru Ki Masjid, situated in Hargobindpur town, very close to the river Byasa, and it has been recognized by UNESCO as a very vital place which one should visit, where the compassion was exercised. So wherever there is compassion, forgiveness, and love, God is present there. You can't go wrong. May God bless you all. Rest of the time we'll cover the translation in Punjabi. Please stay tuned. So ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀਓ, ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਫਰਮਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਵੱਡੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਰਾਜੇ, ਜ਼ਿਮੀਂਦਾਰ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਭੁੱਖ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਤਰੀ, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਪਦਾਰਥ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਹੋ ਗਏ। ਲਪਟ ਰਹੇ ਮਾਇਆ ਰੰਗ ਮਾਤੇ, ਲੋਚਨ ਕਛੂ ਨਾ ਸੂਝੀ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਲੋਚਨ ਭਾਵ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਵੀ ਸੱਚਾਈ ਕੀ ਹੈ। ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਵੱਡੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਰਾਜੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਮਹਾਰਾਣੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਵਿਆਹ ਕੀਤੇ। ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਮਹਾਰਾਣੀਆਂ ਸੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਲੀਆਂ ਮਹਾਰਾਣੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ ਨਵੀਆਂ ਮਹਾਰਾਣੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਵਿਆਹ ਕਰ ਲਏ। ਇੱਕ ਇੰਗਲੈਂਡ ਦਾ ਰਾਜਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ, ਹੈਨਰੀ ਦੀ 8th, ਉਹਨੇ ਤੇ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਪਹਿਲੀਆਂ ਮਹਾਰਾਣੀਆਂ ਸਨ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਰਵਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਸੀ, ਕਤਲ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਸੀ। ਉਹ ਇੰਨਾ, ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਅੰਨਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਪਾਵਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ, ਰਾਜ ਕਰਕੇ। ਰਾਜ ਦਾ, ਜੋਬਨ ਦਾ ਤੇ ਧਨ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੰਮ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਨੂੰ ਅੰਧਾ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦਾ। ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਸਾਵਧਾਨ ਹੋ ਜਾਓ। ਇਹ ਬਿਮਾਰੀ ਹਰ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ। ਪਰਿਵਾਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਜ਼ਮੀਨਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ, ਜਾਇਦਾਦ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਝਗੜੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ। ਮਨ ਹੋਰ ਇਕੱਠਾ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ, ਪਰ ਉਹ ਜਦੋਂ ਦਿਨ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਜਾਣ ਦਾ, ਦੁਨੀਆ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ ਜਾਣ ਦਾ, ਫਿਰ ਪਛਤਾਉਂਦਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਇੰਨਾ ਧਨ ਇਕੱਠਾ ਕੀਤਾ, ਕਿਸੇ ਕੰਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਇਆ। ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਗੁਰੂਆਂ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਬੈਂਕ ਅਕਾਊਂਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ। ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਜੋ ਵੀ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਭੇਂਟਾਂ ਆਉਂਦੀਆਂ ਸਨ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਦੇ ਭਲੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ, ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਭਲੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ, ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਉਹ ਵਾਪਸ ਖਰਚ ਕਰਦੇ ਸਨ। ਹਰਿਮੰਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਬਿਲਡਿੰਗ ਜੋ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ, ਉਹ ਹਰੀ ਦਾ ਮੰਦਰ ਹੈ, ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦਾ ਮੰਦਰ ਹੈ। ਬੰਗਲਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਕਿਸੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੇ ਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ, ਉਹ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦਾ ਬੰਗਲਾ, ਉਹ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦਾ ਘਰ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੁੱਖ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਹੁੰਦਾ। ਸੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸੋਝੀ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਅੱਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਈਂਧਨ ਪਾ ਦਿਓ, ਅੱਗ ਕਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਭੁੱਖ ਉਤਰ ਗਈ। ਐਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਸਾਡਾ ਮਨ, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੁਨਿਆਵੀ ਇੱਛਾਵਾਂ ਦੀ ਅੱਗ ਲੱਗੀ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ। ਲੋਭ ਕਰਕੇ, ਹੰਕਾਰ ਕਰਕੇ, ਉਹ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਕਰ ਲੇ, ਕਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਰੱਜ ਗਿਆ। ਫਿਰ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕੁੱਤੇ ਦੀ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਕੁੱਤਾ ਦੌੜਦਾ ਫਿਰਦਾ, ਕਿਤੋਂ ਰੋਟੀ ਫੜਦਾ, ਕਿਤੋਂ ਰੋਟੀ ਫੜਦਾ। ਐਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਚੌਹਾਂ ਦਿਸ਼ਾਵਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਘੁੰਮਦਾ, ਪੈਸਾ ਇਕੱਠਾ ਕਰਦਾ। ਤੇ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਜ਼ਹਿਰ ਨੂੰ ਇਕੱਠਾ ਕਰਕੇ, ਜ਼ਹਿਰ ਨੂੰ ਖਾ ਕੇ ਭੁੱਖ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਉਤਰ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ? ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਇਹ ਸਵਾਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਉਹਦਾ ਜਵਾਬ ਹੈ, ਨਹੀਂ ਉਤਰ ਸਕਦੀ। ਤੇ ਭੁੱਖ ਤਾਂ ਉਤਰੇਗੀ, ਹਰ ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਅਪਾਰ ਅਮੋਲਾ, ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਏਕ ਨਿਧਾਨਾ। ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਦ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਟੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕਰ ਲਾਂਗੇ ਤੇ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਅਸੀਂ ਜੀਵਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਪਣਾ ਲਾਂਗੇ। ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਨਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਮੰਨਿਆ, ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਉਹ ਤਰ ਗਏ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸੱਚਾ ਧਨ ਇਕੱਠਾ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ। ਤੇ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਫਰਮਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਐਸਾ ਨਾਮ ਨਿਰੰਜਨ ਹੋਏ ਜੇ ਕੋ ਮਨ ਜਾਣਾ ਮਨ ਕੋਏ। ਸੋ ਪੁੱਲਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਚਤਾਰਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਫਤਿਹ ਦੀ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਣੀ ਜੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਹਰ ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਅਪਾਰ ਅਮੋਲਾ, ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਏਕ ਨਿਧਾਨਾ। ਸੂਖ ਸਹਿਜ ਆਨੰਦ ਸੰਤਨ ਕੈ, ਨਾਨਕ ਗੁਰ ਤੇ ਜਾਨਾ। ਸੂਖ ਸਹਿਜ ਆਨੰਦ ਸੰਤਨ ਕੈ, ਨਾਨਕ ਗੁਰ ਤੇ ਜਾਨਾ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।